Hey guys, what's up? Mikoi here once again, and I'm here doing a tier list of the Robot Wars house robots. I have we have here the 8 house robots that have appeared in Robot Wars. If you haven't seen Robot Wars, do go watch it. It's incredibly addicting, and one of the main features of Robot Wars is the house robots. That's are the robots who are planted in the arena designed to destroy the losing robot. If you don't know what Robot Wars is, it's basically BattleBots, but for the UK. It is one of my favorite childhood shows. I absolutely love Robot Wars back in the day, and now that seeing Robot Wars recently, rewatching it and rewatching all 10 of the Robot Wars series, I think I might be able to judge fairly on who is definitively, for at least in my opinion, the greatest house robot of all time. So, let's first start off with Cassius Chrome. That's definitely the worst. That is easily the worst house robot ever. It is so crap. It's basically there just to punch. You know how boxers, you know how it's basically a JoJo robot, but if the stand is nonsensical and it just punches you very, very slowly, might I add. So that's why Cassie's Chrome is considered by many and by myself to be one of the worst robots of all time, let alone a house robot. Why did they even do this? Yeah, Cassius Chrome, definitely the worst one. So let's actually now begin the list proper with some actual good robots. Let's start off first with Dead Metal. Now, Dead Metal, back in the day, I used to love Dead Metal. Yeah, the circular saw and the pincers are really cool for a house robot like him. And he's also got and the main the main strength of it, as depicted by the title cards that you see, it's this weapon synergy. Like Dead Metal could easily grab you with a claw and just cut your robot in half. It is really incredible. Dead Metal, in terms of like tier lists on how good Dead Metal is compared to the other house robots, I'd say he's one of the greatest house robots, IMO. Like, have you and part of the reason why Dead Metal is one of the greatest, like whenever he gets his comeuppance, it's usually really funny. Like he could be pitted, and that's really the most humiliation Dead Metal gets. And the fact of the matter is, like, no house robot has suffered less humiliation as much as Dead Metal. He suffered the least humiliation out of all of those. Like every single one of these house robots has been pitted, flipped, set on fire, etc. But not Dead Metal. The most Dead Metal humiliation we got is him hitting itself or something like that, or being flipped occasionally. But it's much less than what Shun or Matilda got. So yeah, Dead Metal, easily the greatest of all time. Second to that is Growler. Growler it's basically a straight rambot. It can bite you, it can clamp you, and then just runs you with full force. It is definitely one of the best new additions. Series 6 definitely has a great house robot. It gave Growler and Mr. Psycho a great house robot introduction, and some of its best some of its best battles are just him ramming uh just ramming the losing and the immobilized opponent into the side wall, and it's really gruesome at times. Like, he is a speedster, he is fast, and with that, and when he clamps you and runs you that fast, you better expect to get your ass kicked. So yeah, Growler, definitely one of the greatest house robots we've ever seen. Next up, we have Matilda. Now, Matilda is definitely one of the original house robots. Not only that, but she's also undergone the most change after being torn apart by Razor in the finale of Series 4. Matilda got a straight up overhaul. Now it's gone was the original chainsaw. Now was the flywheel. And let me tell you, that flywheel is destructive. It can literally toss robots out of the arena. So Matilda literally went from one of the most useless house robots to easily one of the strongest. So yeah, Matilda. If I were to make this tier list like before Series 5 or Extreme 1, Matilda easily the worst. But now, knowing her power and having seen the new series and how destructive that flywheel can get, she's automatically turned into good. Honestly, Matilda definitely deserves to be recognized as one of the better house robots. So yeah, with all that power, all that energy wrapped up into you, and then just hit you with your bare bottom. It's but Matilda's bottom is much more destructive than Princess Peach in Super Smash Brothers, and I will not, and it is the truth. Next up, we have Mr. Psycho. Definitely the house robot that will make you crap your pants. Like his face is so scary. And he's also got some powerful and he's so tall. He's legitimately tall. Like compare Mr. Psycho to that of Chaos 2. You can see literally the height difference between them. He is gigantic. But the main thing I'm gonna knock Mr. Psycho on is his choice of weapon. Like compare him to his dog. Growler has a powerful motor that can literally ram you and destroy you in seconds flat. Mr. Psycho, what does he do? He just hammers you and then just picks you up. That isn't really like as powerful as Growler or even as much as the house robots. But yeah, Mr. Psycho, he's just an average house robot to me. But only one robot has only flipped him once, and that's Firestorm. And he also had another instance of him driving around in circles and literally plopping onto his side, which is really funny. But yeah, Mr. Psycho, definitely not the best house robot. Certainly, Growler was much more impressive than Mr. Psycho. So yeah, that's an easy average for me. Next up is Sgt Bash, one of the house robots, one of the original house robots, but was unfortunately not in the reboot. Sgt Bash, I'd put him at an eh. He's a low average house robot to me. Yeah, he can clamp you and breathe fire and put you with fire. But unless your gas power is relatively weak to fire and you could literally explode at any time, that is dangerous. But normally, like robots actually like survive fire because their motors are so powerful. So yeah, Sergeant Bash, definitely one of the weaker house robots, and I'm kind of glad that he got axed out of the main cast in the series because not only were the other four were much more recognizable, these, this, and this, but ideally Sergeant Bash, his weapon really wasn't that effective. Next up is Shun. Now this is original Shun. Shun in the new series is awesome. Like the Diamond Edge axe and the scoop were very, very effective in the new series, and it was really impressive. But in the old series, Shun can legitimately puncture through anything and still make it work, and that is really incredible of him. But yeah, he often tends to be the house robot who gets the most humiliated, other than Sergeant Bash and Matilda, because he is so easily flipped. Like, okay, they gave him the sumo, but his the first episode had him placed in the sumo, and you think, oh, everyone's gonna be pushed off the ring by Shun because he's that great of a pusher. But then Nemesis shows up and pushes Shun out of the sumo ring. That is beyond humiliation that I can't possibly give him the greatest or the good. So I'm just gonna give him an average because this is clearly pre Robot Wars Shun, pre Robot Wars 2016 Shun rather than an old Shun. So yeah, if this was new 2016, he will definitely go into good, but for now, it is average. At least above average. At least better than Mr. Cyclo, I feel. And then finally, Sir Kill-A-Lot. Sir Kill-A-Lot is definitely he's definitely my favorite house robot when I was a kid. Like Sir Kill-A-Lot is so legitimately threatening to me as a kid because he's got such an iconic face. He's got the lance and he's got the claws. He he legitimately not terrified me in the sense of like, oh, I'm creepy, I'm having sleepless nights because Sir Kill-A-Lot's in my dreams. No, Sir Kill-A-Lot, because of its imposing figure against other robots in particular, like Sir K definitely earns his keep as being one of the great house robots. And I'm legitimately impressed that they rebuilt him for the modern series like 5 years ago. Um, Sir Killa definitely one of the better house robots. So yeah, there's my tier list for house robots. If you so this is kind of like this is a mini video in between because Robot Wars is such a guilty pleasure show to me. So I want to record this and upload this in between videos. So in the comments below if you would rather if you would rather have Shunt or Sir Kill-A-Lot in the greatest, that's totally fine. I would love to hear your opinions on house robots in general, and I will see you all in the next video. This has been Make It in Cinco, signing out.